This South Park episode revealed the truth about society. So what am I talking about? Season 17, episode 10, The Hobbit? Now many of you may remember this episode for the sole purpose of Kanye West featuring in it. Well, he didn't actually feature in it, but
I am not Aquaman. I am a recovering gay fish.
Yeah, you guys know how it goes in South Park. Now yes, this episode is funny as hell because Matt and Trey make fun of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian the entire episode, but it also reveals the dark truth about society and how it has changed for the worse. Now this episode kicks off with the girls at school cheering when Wendy was trying to cheer Lisa Berger up because she had no confidence. Lisa has stated that every cheerleading squad had that one out of shape, ugly chick, and she viewed herself as that chick. And it also didn't help that Lisa was known around school for being that one ugly chick as well, so she thought really low of herself. Man, kids at school really can be cruel to each other. Now Wendy had also hyped Lisa Berger up to go talk to a boy that she had a crush on, even though she told Wendy many times that she didn't feel comfortable doing this because she felt like she would just get laughed at. But Wendy just insisted she does this, and this does not turn out well. Lisa went to go ask Butters out on a date, and Butters says this.
Oh, like a date? Oh, no thanks, Lisa. I really appreciate the offer, but you're too fat for me.
This man Butters just crushed every bit of confidence that this girl had left. That was definitely some cold-hearted shit. But Butters is very naive to this. Actually, majority of the time when kids are being cold-hearted to each other, they don't even realize it because most kids are ignorant. Ignorant meaning they're unaware. Even one of the girls sitting at the table behind Butters couldn't believe what had just happened. Now later on when Wendy finds out about this, she confronts Butters in the hallway and she was just pissed because of the way Butters went about telling Lisa that he wasn't interested. Now Wendy was telling Butters that Lisa is a normal size for a 4th grader because, well, Butters said she was too fat for him. And this is when the problem is revealed. Listen to what Butters says.
Well, Kim Kardashian is skinny and she just had a baby. What?
Yeah, you heard that right. Butters says, I'm sorry Wendy, but I just have a different standard when it comes to my women. And when he opens up his locker, we see he has many pictures of Kim Kardashian. Now one could see this and say, Butters is just being Butters. But it actually goes way deeper than this, and you will see just that as we progress in this episode. Now it was later on that day when Wendy calls Butters in the computer lab to expose to him the truth behind what he's actually seeing on social media. She sits Butters down at the computer and shows him just how easy it is to manipulate an image and give off a very false narrative.
Lengthen the neck, add more to the hair, select the lips, make them fuller.
Yeah, I think you get the point here. Just take a look at this before and after picture of Lisa Berger. She puts the truth right in front of little old Butters and he says, man, that's Lisa Berger. And that right there is my problem with this entire thing. This entire new beauty standard and this new society. Notice how disconnected Butters is from reality. But if you ask me, is Butters any different from the average everyday consumer? Is Butters any different from you or me? You see, even I have found myself at times seeking perfection in some way. I do it with my content every single day, and no, that's not me saying my content is perfect, but that's what I seek sometimes. The only problem with this is that is a losing race that will lead you into a black hole, because perfection is a myth. Nothing, and I mean nothing on this earth is perfect. So imagine humans trying to seek perfection within beauty. Things more than likely won't end well. And in this episode, the kids showcase society in its current stage. Butters uploads this picture to the internet so everyone could see it and hurries off to go ask Lisa Berger out on a date. But we find out later on in this episode that Clyde had already got to Lisa before Butters could, and they were dating. Now keep in mind, Clyde is portrayed as the best looking kid in school, and he was dating now a person who everyone, including himself, perceived as the most unattractive person in the entire school. That Photoshop image of Lisa Berger had all the guys in the 4th grade wanted to date her now, even though they knew she didn't look like that in person. Clyde is walking around this school with Lisa Berger telling everyone to look at how hot his girlfriend is, only he wasn't actually talking about Lisa. This man Clyde was walking around the school showing everyone that Photoshop picture of her, even with her being right beside him. This just shows how disconnected from reality they are, and this is the exact error that we're in society right now. What's the first thing you see when you get on social media? Well, back in the early days of Instagram, this would vary depending on who you followed. But nowadays, I'm just seeing whatever the fuck Instagram wants me to see. People pretending their lives are perfect. People with all this surgery. People trying to be something they're not. And see, when you give kids full access to the internet and they see nothing but rich celebrities, nothing but perfect looking people, what do you get? Well, you get The Hobbit. Because we see later on in this episode, all the other cheerleaders were starting to get jealous of all the new attention Lisa Berger was getting. They said none of the guys were paying attention to them anymore. And this is when they all asked Wendy to Photoshop pictures of them as well. Wendy declines, of course, because the point she was trying to make in the first place when she made this picture had totally been missed. Now Lisa Berger tells the other girls that to look hot like her, all they had to do was get down to the gym. Yeah, the satire in South Park is freaking hilarious because they were in the gym alright, learning how to Photoshop their own pictures. This was funny as f.
Look at those thighs. Come on, you gotta push harder.
Just look at everyone's transformation, and all the guys were just loving this. They were sitting together on recess looking at all the girls' pictures when this man Clyde says,
My bitch is still the hottest, you guys.
bruh. Now Wendy was just about the only girl out of the squad that didn't Photoshop any pictures of herself. And since everyone else's girl had done it, this leads Stan to feeling insecure about Wendy. So he proceeds to go ask her for updated pictures, but in reality, he was just asking her where her Photoshop picture was. Wendy was just about the only one who had stayed true to herself and wasn't trying to keep up with the Joneses by indulging in such pathetic behavior. Because let's be honest here, Photoshopping your picture to completely transform your entire appearance is pretty fucking pathetic, and this just creates a domino effect in society. Because when we as humans get online and see nothing but perceived perfection, it does more damage to us in the long run than we think. And also, everyone was calling Wendy jealous because she was the only one speaking out against these fake, unachievable beauty standards. Even the cheerleading squad were turning their back on Wendy, saying she didn't have enough spirit. Yeah, I wouldn't have spirit either if I was getting ridiculed for staying true to myself. And as we can see here, this was doing a lot of damage to all the cheerleaders as well. Mentally, of course, because after all the girls had said they were tired of Wendy bringing everyone's energy down, Lisa Berger throws hella shade at Wendy. She says, come on you guys, she just needs more confidence.
Who cares if no one likes you? Maybe you should go out with Butters.
Bruh, she says this because earlier in the episode, Wendy had basically said the same thing to her about having more confidence, but when Wendy said this, it came from a good place. She wasn't trying to be shady like Lisa was. And then the rest of the girls had the nerve to tell Wendy she needs to get down to the gym and get a better image. You see, the problem with that is, when you lie to yourself enough, you start to believe your own bullshit. How the hell can you tell Wendy to go get a better image when you Photoshop yours? Kinda like people who got surgery telling fat people they need to get in the gym. A little hypocritical, don't you think? But I digress. And at the end of this episode, we see this heartbreaking scene of Wendy sitting at the computer crying while she photoshops her picture. Wendy was basically forcing herself to abide by society's unnatural beauty standards, which is somewhat a form of selling her soul, if you really think about it. Man, that was incredibly sad. And if you take anything away from this video, know that loving yourself is enough, and that's all that truly matters in the end. But thanks for checking out today's video, guys, and let me know your thoughts about this episode in the comments down below. And if you would like to see more videos like this one, check out these videos here on the screen. But until next time, peace.